The day you stop complaining about everything and actively begin to seek for ways to help yourself financially, you'll come to realize that even in the littlest amount, you can create wealth. Hey there, welcome to my channel where I dive deep into all things money related and share my journey on frugal and intentional living. In today's video, I'm going to be debunking some common myths about money that we hold on to. So let us separate facts from fiction and uncover some truths about money. Shall we? You would agree with me that the most common myth about money is that money doesn't buy happiness, and that is so false, because in as much as money may not guarantee happiness, the lack of it or the absence of it brings about unhappiness. So money provides us with financial security, it provides us with comfort, it provides us with access to experiences and the ability to take care of the ones that we love. So yes, it may not bring absolute happiness, but an integral part of our happiness is dependent on money. More than 90% of the population in Nigeria, money will solve all their problems. Ignore anyone telling you that money doesn't buy happiness, because it does. It really does, honey. The second myth is that you need a high salary or a lot of money to build wealth. In this generation, this generation is so funny because there is a lot of fake luxury, right? You would agree with me that there are some people who look less than they are worth, and then there are most people that look more than they are worth. So I guess the question at the end of the day is, which side of the spectrum would you want to be on, or are you on? I laugh when I hear people say stuff like, waiting I want to with 70k salary, or waiting 50k could do for me, because that same money that you see as nothing, there are some people that have diligently utilized it over a period of years and created something sustainable for themselves. So the day you stop complaining about everything and actively begin to seek for ways to help yourself financially, you'll come to realize that even in the littlest amount, you can create wealth over time. What you make is important, but what you keep is what makes you wealthy. So it all boils down to discipline, no matter how much you make. How is it that bank managers that are making more than $500,000 per month are still going out to take loans? And no, it's not to fund a business or something of that sort. Doesn't it sound crazy to you? Because it does to me. This just shows that you do not necessarily need a high income to build wealth. Just diligently save and invest from whatever you make, and you'll be surprised with the rewards over time. This is just my cup of tea, but I believe in building wealth slowly and legally. The third myth is that generosity is for the rich. Crazy, right? Sometime in 2021, there was a program in church, and I went out to share flyers to people, inviting them, for the program. And I noticed that most people that I went to or gave these flyers to made slight comments like, and that one a pastor, we get plenty money, make him go use and help people. All the programs so they come for, waiting they won't give us. First of all, that's crazy to even think like that. Second of all, how do you know that he doesn't help people? So me, I'm very big on all those sort of things. For sure, I engaged them, and for some of them we had conversations, and I was like, okay, you that is talking about him not giving, how often do you give to people? And most of their responses were, how much I get, how much am I making? When I begin to make money, I will give people. We talked at length. I think 6 or 7 of them, we talked at length. But the point is, giving is not for the rich, right? Generosity is not for the rich. Generosity is for everybody. Giving isn't always about money. It could be your time. It could be a kind word or an act of kindness. It could be an act of service, and it could as well be money. If you cannot give when you have little, there is a very high % chance that you cannot give when you have more. Each and every one of us want to make an impact. But the truth is, some people will make big impacts in the world, while others will make small impacts that will forever change the lives of, those people in that little way. I'm telling you this, that giving is a powerful source of happiness. So I challenge you today to put a smile on someone's face in whatever way you can. And I tell you, once you start, you wouldn't want to stop. The next myth is successful people do not sleep 8 hours a day. This is my favorite to talk about. Now, if you're not living under the rock, I'm sure you've seen this video.
Rich people don't sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life.
And I am sure that when Steve Harvey made that comment, he did not mean it literally. Of course, you have to work hard to get to a certain place. And for most successful people, sure, they do work 24/7. However, you do not need to sacrifice rest just to get to those places. I have come to realize that in this generation, we glorify the lack of sleep, and it's just crazy because some people are mentally drained, physically drained, emotionally drained just because they do not have enough rest. So I am telling you from the deepest part of my heart today, please sleep 8 hours of a day if you need to. I know people who work at least 14 hours a day on 3 jobs and aren't even still making anything substantial. Sleep doesn't equate laziness. Too much of it does. Some youth must have listened to what Steve Harvey said and, take it literally and are depriving themselves from sleep, but you actually need sleep to perform optimally, right? You need your rest. Success is relative. Everybody's definition of success is different. You just have to define your own. Steve Harvey's definition of success isn't necessarily your definition of success. So if he decides not to sleep 8 hours a day, is because that is his own path to success. What is your own path, and how many hours of rest do you need a day to get to that point? Not just Steve Harvey, but I have heard so many so-called business gurus, emphasize on this thing about you don't sleep 8 hours a day if you want to make a lot of money. And I'm just like, everybody that is listening to this and beating themselves up about, because I sleep 8 hours a day, I'm wasting my life. Honey, you're not. Okay? You are not wasting your life. The bottom line is work hard and work smart, but do not sacrifice rest all the time because of it. Because on this earth, nothing surpasses good health. You need to be alive to live. You need to be alive to work. You need to be alive to make all the money and all the success that you are in chase of. You need to be alive. Rest when you have the time to. The last but not the least is your salary, or how much you make defines your self-worth. When we come out of the university, more than 60% of us are seeking to, get a good job in a well-recognized organization and start getting a high salary. Because more often than not, a high-paying job gives you a high status in society. If you're not making the big bag, there's always the feeling of, am I behind in life? That mindset only limits you from doing things that you are truly capable of. So let go of it. In this country, your salary has nothing to do with you in most cases. We all know that there are people that graduate with first class that are doing something that are beneath them. There are people that could come out with a third class and they are making all the big money. Yes, you are going to go in for interviews and apply for positions that you will be rejected. You're going to go in and do so well and you will not be accepted. It has nothing to do with you. What you're being paid at that office has nothing to do with what you bring to the table. That is just a specific amount that they have set aside to pay somebody, whoever that they hire for that job position. The salary you get is based off of so many unseen and seen factors, so don't beat yourself too much about it. It doesn't define your worth. And these are the common myths that we have in this country about money. So please let go of them. I really hope you got value out of this content. As always, I'll see you next week.